Hello, this is Rock, and I want to show you how to spawn a wave of enemies using the NPC template maker. We are going to spawn a wave of Antlions. So, at first, select the Entity tool, create a new entity. Go into its properties, Alt-Enter. Change its class to NPC Antlion. Now stay in the properties and select Start Borrowed, and Template NPC used by NPC Maker will not spawn. You can also fiddle with the options you find here, but those are the base things. Select Wake Squad and type in a squad name. For example, squad underscore Antlions Wave 1. Also give it a name. Antlion template Wave 1. Now select the entity tool. You want to create the spawn points where these enemies spawn. So create a new entity, change its class to info underscore NPC underscore spawn destination. Give this destination a name. For example, Antlion spawn destination Wave 1. Using this template, an instance of this enemy will spawn at this point. You want to have multiple of those points. They all have to share the same name. So just select this, press T, hold down Shift, and copy this. And put it everywhere you want to have an Antlion spawned. For example, here, one here, and another one up here. So we have 4 locations to spawn an Antlion. Let's give it another one. Up here. Go into the properties, Alt-Enter of one of those destination targets. You could give the Antlion a separate name when it spawns at this location. Also, you can define a reuse delay so that 2 enemies won't spawn at the same time at the same location. So for this part, just leave it on all the default settings. Now create a new entity called and change its class to NPC template maker. Go into its properties, give it a name. For example, Antlion Wave 1 template maker. Select Start Disabled. Now we can say we want to have 12 enemies, but only 3-1 at the same time. So number of NPCs 12, max life NPCs 3. And we also want that every time we shoot or kill a Antlion, another one is spawned until we have reached the amount of 12, but 3 at the same time at max. we go to name of the template NPC and select our template NPC Antlion template Wave 1. Now we define the destination group. Go to name of destination group, use the select tool and select the spawn destination. Now, before the fight starts, we want to inform the player that there will be a fight. So usually there's some fight music involved. So create a new entity, name it point sound event. Go into the properties, give it a name, Antlion music Wave 1. Search for some sound events, for example, music or something you like, and select fighting music. I would say fighting music. No, combat. This is ambient. There's some fighting music. Select something and close it. Now, to trigger all of that, create a trigger. Go to the block tool, create a block, press enter, turn it into a trigger by pressing Ctrl T, go into its properties with Alt enter, change its type to trigger once, go to the outputs, add a new output. On start touch, now select the NPC template maker and enable it via this input enable. But after a delay of, let's say, 2 seconds. Add another output on start touch. Use the target entity named select tool to select the music. Via this input, start sound. So this music will start immediately after the player touched this trigger, and after 2 seconds the antlions will start to spawn. Now you also want to have the music stopped at some point. So for this, go into your NPC template maker, into the properties, to outputs, add a new output. On all spawned dead, select your Antlion music wave with a value of stop sound, and also with a fade out of 2 seconds, or delay of 2 seconds. Fire once. And this is how you spawn a wave of enemies using the NPC template maker. You can also use the template maker to create combine in different types, the charger and others, and you can spawn zombies and head crabs using the same